welcome to MSU eSports. My name is Tarren Dachtler, here with my co-host, Bobby Herick. Today will be the first match of Michigan State University's eSports program. The next thing I think we should talk about is the big Graves change on his auto attacks, basically his passive. We're both big Graves lovers.
Gotta love him.
And while technically this is a nerf, overall it's a rebalance. I think that overall it's really healthy for him and it's really nice because beforehand everybody loved him as like the AD carry, though right now he's only played as top lane and jungle, which I do still like playing him top lane and jungle, but you only build like these really like safe, the
nitty gritty sustain almost type of like
items. You can't build AD carry like crit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's one of the big things I like. So even though they slightly nerfed Graves' auto attack, I like the way that they changed it, making crit more viable. It makes you feel as more of an AD carry. Graves has always been notorious for feeling almost like the biggest caster AD carry that there's been. So I really like that it brings back in the let me crit on your face. It's lovely.
Yeah, crits are way bigger now. I love it a whole lot. Beforehand, crits still felt good, but you had to be literally melee range in order to do enough damage. Now, crits will still feel good even if you're at his max range, which is really, really nice.
Yeah, it feels like the cigar is slightly put back in Graves' mouth. That shotgun just feels a little bit more like a shotgun.
As ever. So like until they hit something else, like his ultimate or something, I think he's still going to remain at least somewhat relevant. Especially you could still build AP and do a lot of damage.
Oh
especially.
The second ban that we saw down go was Kindred, which
she's a big deal.
Big fan of the Kindred ban right now.
Yeah, like her ultimate makes her like really, really safe while she does a ton of damage as like a jungle AD carry. Which
sickening amounts of damage.
Really sickening amounts of damage.
Oh, unfortunately, we see the glorious Herick ban go down. We will not be seeing the Herick remake in this match.
It's really unfortunate because I want to see more of them.
No gems.
Yeah, no gems this game. Like, I got to play a little bit of him in Nerf mode. He's a lot of fun, but I want to see him. I want to actually be able to practice and see some of them in the actual games.
Yeah, see the new potential and stuff like that. See what the people in the high elo are doing with it.
Yeah. All right, next ban is Nidalee. Makes a lot of sense. She has a lot of early game jungle pressure and clear speed. It's really dumb. Really, really, really good. Next up is Zed. Again.
Oh yeah, the Zed classic assassin ban. A lot of people play Zed for like the pick off ability and whatnot, and high ban rate.
Let's see. See, he's pretty strong right now. Even after like the merc, with the merc changes coming up, he might see a little bit less play. Pretty worried about that.
Last ban, we see the Gragas ban come down. That's all jungle bans for the blue side.
That's pretty interesting. He's pretty strong right now. Does a lot of damage while being pretty tanky. He can build that runic echoes, or if he's really behind, he can do Cinder Hulk if he really wants to. Looks like we might be having a Shiv pick.
Yeah, okay. So it's a first pick Shiv, and it looks like it's going to be immediately followed up by Sai on top.
Okay. I like the Shiv pick generally, especially in solo queue, because it's like gank potential is like not the greatest, but still pretty good. But the main thing is the early jungle clear is insanely fast.
Oh, so
still,
fast.
Even after her various nerfs of the last patches, she's still got a fast clear.
Yeah, the dragon is still strong. Oh, we see Malzahar going down.
Malzahar support. Pick. Unless he's picking for somebody.
I think it's going to look like a switch. I'm not sure, just because we see the Blitzcrank down.
Yeah. Okay, so that's probably do.
Didn't work out.
Yeah, it looks like there was a bit of a skirmish up top. Sion might be able to pick this up.
Slow. That was an extremely nice E from Sion. Gonna come back and hit a quick Q. Yee's gonna just use an alpha, bro. He was an alpha.
Yeah, both Yi and Shyvana went Devour, and if Yi can keep getting these kills while able to farm the jungle as efficiently as he is, he can very easily just carry this game by himself.
Yeah.
You pop in the meditate, but Shyvana tries to ult him under turret, doesn't quite make it.
She has red buff on him. He does have his ultimate, which isn't going to allow him to be slowed, but he's going to just leave Sion here to die. If she procs off a Q right here, it's going to be an easy kill.
Yeah.
She just had to follow him with red buff, and there was nothing he could do about it.
That's one of the disadvantages of E. He did have his exhaust up, but besides that, he doesn't really have any way to pull the Shyvana off the fight.
Yeah, and I do see where you were saying that Yee's had a pretty decent time farming this jungle, but if you look at this, the creep difference, Shyvana actually does have 55 CS to use 37, and she's 3-1, which is.
Oh man, the Malzahar ult bringing down the Morgana. She's able to pick up the Yi, which gives her quite a bit of gold. I don't think that's a shutdown, but every little bit counts. It's trading 1 for 1.
Yeah, and with Sion is coming down the top lane, you never like to hear that sound, especially if a Sion's ahead.
Yeah, this Shyvana is just owning this Trundle's jungle.
Shyvana's just rushing in.
He's
not. he has no fear.
Yeah,
He
pretty
has
aggressive
the-
jank.
yep.
We got a pretty good team fight on here. Lucian's just whittling down the back lines, forcing Soraka out. This is just going to be a pretty handed fight.
It was an easy Braum. It was an easy Braum passive. Stacked it on the Yi. It wasn't really anything they could do there. What I would like to see here happen though is the Caitlyn Gitz is going to be down and not, it's not going to be useful for him. Trundle potentially getting caught out here. He looks like he's going up to try to get that cannon minion, and that almost caught him out.
Yeah, it's
almost got him
unfortunate.
caught.
Cyan burned his ult for a few steps back there, because if he had managed to pop that right there, it probably would've
Shyvana
killed.
caught. It's going to be an easy kill. He's going to follow. He was an alpha, bro. He just got it. It's easy. It's easy for you to come back
Trundle's
from
trying to
this.
get out. He has to burn his
Trundle's
flash.
going to burn
over
his
the wall.
flash, and they're going to follow him. He's going to try to go into this 1v4. That's not going to be a good idea at all. Looks like his team is converging.
This is
Easy
a really
bind caught.
Yeah, blue team just caught him out. Morgana gets the 3-man ult off.
3-man ultimate. He was in alpha. He's still going to go down though. Easy kills. Sion with his passive going to try to pick up something. Not going to get anything. He got Lucian actually. He picked up Lucian really quick, just to show how much damage the Sion passive gets, and that's going to be a 3-4.
Yeah, we got
Oh
lots
wow!
of.
It's actually going to be a 3-4
Is it?
in that
Oh,
fight.
wow, yeah. Just a.
It looks like if their team can stay alive long enough, the other team doesn't have any armor.
Yeah.
The blue team doesn't have any armor built right now, and that's going to be a problem if Yi can just stay away from CC and let his team take the damage.
Yeah, Soraka just got picked off. I don't know if this is a fight that red team can win anymore. They might need to just give up that turret. Having Soraka really does allow you to make more of these aggressive plays when you're behind, but her just getting caught by that bind didn't kind of end
With
it.
no healing, no silences, no anything like that, it's not going to be a fight that they want under this tower. Shyvana looking like she's actually going to come over that wall with her ultimate and try to engage something. Yi popping some vision, quick ward takeout by Shyvana with the auto attack Q proc, resetting that and just taking that vision completely away from them.
Now, a second consequence of blue team not really having any armor, they don't have the option of just tanking this turret. That's a really common thing that you'll start seeing when teams get ahead. Shyvana goes in with
She's
the
gonna
ult.
go in with the ultimate. They're gonna dive this. Yi's still just on the back line. He's popping his ultimate, gets Lucian. We can't see it, but it looks like Yi's gonna go down, but they do get a 2-for-1 here.
K1 ult brings Braum down to like 50 health. That was so close to getting her a kill and really keeping her back into the match.
Yep. Now Soraka did come into the late end of that fight. The tail end of that fight, Soraka gets back and allows them to live for a little bit longer.
Looks like Cyan's getting dove. He might get fall here, but Trundle's forced to back off.
Yeah, he had the black shield on him. Not really any danger there. He's trying to watch out for the damage coming from Trundle, but Trundle couldn't have tanked that turret. Not for long. And if the black shield hadn't been there, if Cyan hit a knockup or a slow even, it would have been a different story. He probably would have he would have came out with a kill. He's just using it to use it.
Now, something I do love about Cyan is that his ultimate is kind of versatile. Like, it's on a very low cooldown. He's able to kind of burn it whenever he needs to. It's 80 seconds right now. Yeah, it's probably not going to be up for the next fight, but Cyan's going to be up for the next fight. That's pretty worthwhile.
It is. And he did come in with a nice engage right here after he teleported.
Morgana gets a
again just
4-man
coming
ult.
in from the back. She's just allowed to just go in the back, get that ultimate off, and they're going to pick up an ace right here.
Yeah, this might actually be an inhib right here. If not, the blue team might peel off and decide to go for Baron. We'll see what they decide to do.
I think what they're going to try to do with Lucian being full health and Shyvana and Trundle there, with how much siege potential they have, they're going to take this into the inhib and then potentially go get Baron.
If so, that might be the one time where red team does have potential to come back. That's
Yeah.
a little bit of a late Baron, and they can seal that pretty easily.
True, they can, but they do have some pretty decent death timers right now. They're not going to be extreme, but they do have to watch out for defending that inhib. Now, if they don't back and go to take it, they potentially could still do that. What we want
A solid fight here, then there's not much they can do about it. So it looks like there's a fight going down there between Cyan and Yi. Yi does a lot of true damage, and he is actually Trundle and Yi, sorry. Looks like he's going to go down to the Trundle Chomp. That reduces his damage by a whole lot. Yi
does.
is very attack speed
Yeah.
based. So
with the bite coming in from Trundle, it's a really hard 1v1 there. They're just right now they're just pushing on the towers. There's nothing they can do. They don't have a Yi for damage anymore. They have the 1-in-3 Caitlyn is not doing as much damage as she should be doing. And there's not anything they can really do against this tower push. They don't have the AOE that they need to clear these waves, and Trundle is still heavily splitting.
Yeah, it looks like Blue Team's just going to take this free inhib. They might just try to push this for the win right here.
Yeah, it looks like they're able to just push on this.
Yeah, they're just picking up these kills whatever they can. He's still down for another few seconds.
Yeah.
He might be able to clean up here, but it's pretty unlikely at this
Yeah,
point.
they're just right now. They're just kind of just poking around, making sure that the Lucian stays in the back and everything.
Malzahar gets the ult off on Morgana. Doesn't really do anything.
It doesn't look like it's gonna be enough.
The Voidling's able to get the last hit on her.
Yeah, a four-man knockup by Sign as well. Not going to be enough to save the game, unfortunately for the red team.
Yeah, but
Blue
padding
team
that
gonna come
KDA
in
is
with
all
the
you
win.
really need.
Correct. And so that was the game. We are going to toss it back to our analyst desk, and they're going to break down what happened in some of these team fights, some of the replays.
All right, thanks, guys. So we saw a lot happen in that game, especially with the junglers. I think that was a pretty jungler-centric.
Yeah,
game.
you could tell right from the beginning with the pick ban phase, just by those 3 heavy jungle bans, you could tell right away that it was going to be jungle oriented.
Yeah. Hello and welcome to MSU eSports. My name is Tarren Dachtler, here with my co-host Bobby Herick.
Today will be the 3rd match of Michigan State University's esports program.
All right. So last game, we had a pretty crazy game with a very jungler-centric.
Very jungle oriented, straight off from the picks and bans. From seeing blue side, start off with I believe it was the Gragas was one of the first bans, and then Nidalee.
Yep. Gragas, Nidalee, and Kindred were the blue side bans.
Yeah.
And
so yeah, the Evelyn lock for the jungle.
Evelyn. Okay. I actually haven't seen a lot of Evelyn lately, like in non-Earth. I don't know.
Definitely has some stealth. We'll see how that affects the game. Oh, the Kindred pick. They have locked in Kindred. Oh no.
Oh man. All right. So normally we see that banned really often because her early game is not too awful, while her late game and mid game power spike, especially with her ultimate, is really safe. Like she can do a lot with not a lot to give out.
So definitely think that we're going to see some wombo combos coming from the red side.
Okay, so that game, or that champ stuff, I want to mention that I saw towards the end there. So the Kindred was on, in jungle, had Smite, but it said top lane there.
Yeah.
So there's actually some communication going on.
Yeah, exactly. You're
really
seeing
nice
some communication going on, like pre-game and whatnot. That's always a good thing.
It's really nice to see.
So any damage
He
that happens
hit the
sticks.
tip of that. He just hit the very tail end of that knockup, and that really scared that Pantheon.
Also,
He
we got
thought he was going
Kindred
to go
looking
in.
for some juice here. Is she going to get anything? Probably not.
Probably not. With it pushed up that much. Oh, actually, it looks like she might be jumping over and going in for that. Gonna proc an E. Got the flash. Gonna
Not
be a
quite.
stun, and the
She might go
first
down
blood.
to the turret.
First blood in the
she's
turret's
fine.
not going to be enough. It's just not going to be enough. He did. Did he ignite her?
He ignited her, and it wasn't quite enough to take her out. The dangerous game pass mastery as well as her. Looked like she got a W proc off.
It was her
during that.
W. Yep, it was her W passive proc. Healing just for that little bit, and it just saved her enough HP for her to get out alive with the first blood. Very nice play by Kindred.
Yeah.
Double spinning action.
Yeah, it would have forced a fight. Whether it's a good fight or not, I'm not super sure.
Evelyn coming out of stealth from the bush, she's just gonna proc off some damage, just hitting it. Hit a nice slow though. It looks like Kindred is coming up for the counter gank. Might not be enough. They might actually stay.
She's trying to poke down.
Off. Go ahead.
She's trying to poke down this Pantheon. He goes in with a W, but Cyan's managing to fully charge Q off in this Pantheon.
Amazing.
Takes out half his health.
Half his HP, just like nothing. You also notice that up here, Cyan has no real.
Another Q for an auto to get the kill
Just
on the
an easy
Pantheon.
kill. You have to realize that Pantheon has, Cyan has nothing to be scared of. He's sitting on a chain vest at level 5 right now? He's sitting at a chain vest,
Yeah, level 5.
and Pantheon has, what? He had a longsword.
And he's only level 4 too.
He had
So
nothing.
something else about this lane was
That
Pantheon.
slow is going to kill Evelyn without the flash. The flash came in, and it was just enough to get her out.
Yeah, Kindred didn't burn.
Just because how far away from that lane
Kindred going in on
Pantheon
the Oriana,
is.
just trying to get some harass off on it. Almost got those 3 hit.
Pantheon's
marks.
going to ult into mid lane and potentially die.
Is
He's
he gonna
going to
get the
potentially
Kindred?
die right
Not
now.
quite.
Kindred has ultimate, and there was no real reason to go in on that.
Now Pantheon got a kill. 'Cause
Pantheon did get the kill.
Kindred's mark is going to leave them low enough that Pantheon's still going to get those auto crits.
Yeah.
And if he gets an auto crit on you, it's probably going to get the kill.
It is, but right there, Fizz did get a double kill, and then they both got the assist. Kindred also picked up a mark. on the Pantheon.
Now this Cyan just teleported in on a Leona ult and didn't even get phased. They're just going to take out the Jhin. There's the Draven cash out.
That's Draven cash out. And that's what he needed. Yeah, he got roughly around that. And that's much needed. He's going to go back. Right now he has the Dirk. Potentially he can go back right now with a nice BF sword. That combo that just hit the Evelynn was much needed. Morgana hit a perfect bind in between those minions and allowed Cyan to pick up a kill, an easy kill.
Now Draven's being a little bit aggressive here. That was an amazing Morgana Dark binding that managed to snare the Leona. Looks like Pantheon lost vision, so he couldn't quite W onto the Draven in time.
And he's not. He's actually going to get away. Morg's Dark Binding is going to come back, and
it's going to be close. And there's a flash.
The flash comes. Kindred there. Kindred, yeah. That's it. That's going to be done. Kindred's going to hit that. It's going to hit that third mark, and going to be Qs and Qs and Qs. Hopefully the auto attacks are going to finish him off. One more auto attack. Sion actually picks up the Pantheon. Orianna also going down to Kindred. So at this point, Kindred.
It's pretty good pacing at this point. Like 12 minutes to be at 10 stacks already is just absolutely incredible.
Early dragon too.
Yeah, red team is going to get this dragon. Kindred just shreds this. Doesn't really take many stacks for it to be coming into play. Jin's popping his ult, trying to dissuade him. Pantheon coming in behind. She's going to go on that Kindred and immediately dead.
Easy kills, easy kills. And the Morgana actually used her Black Shield on nothing. She used her Black Shield preemptive, and it wasn't enough. And
this Draven is just cleaning shop. He's gonna start snowballing way out of control. 3 kills on a Draven. He already finished his Youmu's. That just netted him an additional 1,500 gold. If he gets away from this Orianna, he's going in for the greed. He's got next Warlord's Bloodlust, so he might even be able to survive this. Dragon giving him a hand.
He's got it. That was amazing. The way that he played that with the Morgana bind, he actually took a full Orianna ultimate, and he got out just enough to where he wasn't in the range of her just hitting a nice Q.
Yeah, this Draven just netted himself a huge amount of gold. Yep. He's just backed with 2,000 gold.
And so right now, we're going to look at where the things started to go in the favor of red team.
So Fizz picked up a nice double kill there. Blue team tries to make it work.
They try. And what happens here is that they overextended for the Fizz, used too much on him, and then Sion comes in with just an easy sweep of just massive CC. Morgana comes in with the binding. It's just going to destroy Jhin, letting Draven cash out actually there. And then here you'll see, right here, when Evelynn comes out of stealth, she's going to get knocked up and then hit with an E, and then Morg Q right there. Just a perfect scenario for picking up a kill on that Evelynn, and it was just exactly where it was supposed to be.
Yeah. So during this replay, Blue team just lost 3 members. There was an incredible dive on Sion and Fizz that managed to pick up both the Orianna and the Leona, I believe. And on top of that, bot lane, Draven got another kill on the Jhin. He is 6-1 right now as a Draven. That is terrifying.
And they also it's too much.
Yeah.
They can't stand near him, and they can't run away from him. So it's like a catch-22 there. They're going to lose. He's throwing out some BM right now.
Sion's sitting at 2,100 health right now. He's just sitting at incredible amounts of armor, health. He's got a shield running.
He can tank turrets right now and really not. He wouldn't care that much. Evelynn still, even with AP damage, is still not going to be enough to kill him. Morgana threw a really nice bind there. It didn't hit, but it was a really nice place bind. Draven coming in might get the kill. Draven actually steals the kill. Draven steals the kill with his ultimate, throwing it down just perfectly. He just threw it down and expected, my team's going to do enough damage, and they see my ultimate. They see it coming, and it's just going to kill her. So please let me at least cash out just in case this game lasts a little longer than it needs to.
Jhin going down to the Sion W, and it looks like he's just out for more blood, trying to take out this Leona. But it goes down to Draven's spinning axe, and that's a surrender.
And that's going to be the game. The Draven got 2 out of hand. Sion was actually 9-1. He set this game up for them completely right. We're going to toss it to our analyst desk, and they're going to replay some of the stuff to let us know what happened in the game.
Thank you, guys.
That game went about actually exactly how we talked about.
Yeah, it went exactly as we thought. Seeing like some of that. The Draven going off, just axes for days.
Yep. Early game dominated by, the early game was dominated by Sion. Like Sion,
yes, without a doubt.
A couple kills early game with a lot of jungler pressure, jungle help top lane. A lot of stuff going on up there. And then I feel like the team's morale got boosted a lot by that, and a lot of big fights happened near Dragon, we'll see here in a little bit. And Draven got to pick up a lot of gold from his passive. Okay. Meanwhile, Draven's keeping himself safe, hiding in the back corner until he can come clean up. All right. And he's going to throw all of his damage out, killing Evelyn, killing Leona. Turn around, Jin's just standing there, basically melee range, so he's going to clean that up for an extra 50+ gold.
This was just terrifying. It seemed as if the whole team just forgot that Draven existed.
Mm-hmm. And he's something you cannot forget about. Like, he's an AD carry where if you ignore him and let him get kills, it's almost like an ass. It's like he's going to get out of control, and right there, an ace.
All around beautiful. If you look at the positioning of the Draven, even like using the dragon to help him out a little bit there, and still being able to remain at like such a little amount of health and still crank out damage, that's a prime example of being a good AD carry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
So
pretty.
that was a game-changing fight.
Oh yeah,
it went
that
from
was huge.
objective to 4 kills on Draven.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that game went from, or that fight made the game go from like, oh, like red team's a little bit ahead to now Draven has his passive procced. I think it was 4 times there.
Yes, that was it was ridiculous. I think he had actually all 4 axes.
Yeah,
That was
So like 4 procs there, so that's 200 gold plus all the gold from all the kills, like over a BF sword.
Yeah, like
in just kills there.
1400 like
And
immediately.
picking up, was that their first dragon, I believe?
Yeah, I think that was the first dragon.
It was the first
fight there.
dragon, so bonus damage that I think it's about like 8% increased damage. So his damage went from being like, like okay, like not abysmal, but pretty okay, to just more than anybody could deal with in one team fight.
It was actually so much damage after that point that even when they tried to focus Draven, his positioning, he would just stay back and just shred the enemy team from the back line.
I mean, he had a more gun. All right, got a replay going right now. All right, counter gank at bot lane.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so yeah, this is where Leona goes in on Draven alone at the moment because she was expecting an earlier gank by a Pantheon. Pantheon comes in, does end up cleaning it up with Jhin following close behind.
See Jhin coming up.
And then Jhin throws out his ulti, doesn't get a lot out of it. All right, but then
Here's the
another
teleport in with the
another
Fizz.
gank happens. All right, if Fizz goes in, he should have the Jhin. Jhin like again.
Yeah, Jhin, they sit there and duel. We already know Fizz is going to win that one easily.
Again, like Jhin just does not have the mobility or anything. Oh,
Yeah, at that moment, we didn't quite see it on screen, but Sion underestimated his tankiness. He went in just a little bit too ham, wasn't in proper positioning.
yeah, a bit of a tower dive. A bit too aggressive on the red side. They wanted to get even more out of that because like they're already doing like pretty okay at this point. They thought that they could just do whatever they want. They thought they were like already at the point where they were godly, but. Again, blue team showed that was not the case.
Yeah, that was an interesting turn of events. It was nice to see the way that played out. I mean, at the end there, poor Morgana, she wasn't able to escape at all. She just got obliterated.
Once again, thank you for tuning in to Michigan State University eSports. We've been your analysts, Tarren and Bobby.
And look forward to future matches, Summoners. In the future, this is MSU eSports.